Hello, guys. Welcome back to our YouTube channel where we talk about relevant issues of the law as it relates to your life, your business, and everything about you. So, today we're going to be talking about the liabilities of doctors, nurses, and hospitals for that matter for refusal to treat a gunshot victim. And this may include armed robbers and anybody at all that has been shot by a gun, right? Ordinarily, before now, the position of the law is that when there is a gunshot victim and the gunshot victim is taken to the hospital for treatment, before the medical doctors commence treatment on the gunshot victim, they have to get a report, a police report, right? They have to notify the nearest police station, and then the nearest police station will give them clearance to proceed with that procedure, with the procedure of treating the victim. And the rationale behind this really was based on the presumption that anybody that is a victim of gunshot may either be an armed robber who was perhaps involved in a fracas with the police, and as such, to ensure that they are not treated, made well, and allowed to escape, the police must first be aware of their presence in the hospital and then say, okay, you know what, we know this person, treat him. Or sometimes the police comes and handcuffs the person in the process of treating the person so that when the person gets well, he doesn't abscond. But the law has changed. Change is really the only constant thing, and laws are made for men, not men for laws. So as things evolve, we see so many people dying from gunshot injuries, people who are victims of armed robbery incidences who were shot. When they take them to the hospital will say bring police report, and before the police report comes, knowing full well how the police system in Nigeria operates, the person dies. So lots of persons have died. Even armed robbers, when they are shot, the law still presumes them innocent until they are proven guilty by a court of competent jurisdiction. So they should be entitled to treatment. Now, a new law was enacted, and it is called the Compulsory Treatment and Care for Victims of Gunshot Act 2017. Now, that new law provides that and I will just read what it says, as from the commencement of this act, every hospital in Nigeria, whether public or private, shall accept or receive for immediate and adequate treatment with or without police clearance any person with a gunshot wound. I think that's pretty clear. So from the date this law came into effect, when someone is shot with a gun and the person is brought to a hospital, the hospital is duty bound to immediately commence treatment without requesting for a medical report to enable them proceed. All right. So now, what is the implication of this really? The law further says that when you commence treatment, when the hospital commences treatment, the hospital is expected to, as a matter of fact, notify the police, right? So, but you must have started treatment already. You notify the police, and you also notify the family members of the victim if there is a way you can reach them. All right. So when the hospital receives the gunshot wound victim, the hospital is expected to notify the police within a period of time, and also notify the family members within 24 hours. So you're expected to notify the police that, okay, we have someone here we are treating. The person is came in as a victim of gunshot wound, and we just want to notify you. So the police can now decide to come and check to say, oh, you know what, maybe this person was caught or was shot by a police officer when he was trying to escape an armed robbery scene. Maybe it's an armed robber. Then the police will know what to do thereafter. Okay. But of course, so when the doctors or the hospital fails to obey the provision of this law, or when you bring an accident, a gunshot victim, and the gunshot victim is requested to bring a police report, what is the punishment? the medical doctor and the nurses who made that happen, or who refused to treat um, the gunshot victim, and then that allows the gunshot victim to either have physical, emotional, mental, or psychological damage, will be guilty and taken to court. And if the court finds them guilty, they'll be convicted for 15 years. All right, 15 good years. So this law is very, very clear and very, very relevant for medical doctors going forward. This is the position of the law. When you have a gunshot victim, you're expected to immediately commence treatment without asking for a medical report. Okay, so even if they don't bring a medical report, you're expected to immediately commence treatment, and that is very important. And if you don't do that, if you still insist on medical report before commencing treatment, you can be taken to court and convicted and sentenced to 15 years in prison. I hope this video and audio has been very helpful. If yes, drop your comment, like, subscribe, and share. Thank you very much.